policies. He noted that acknowledgement from a media outlet known for critical media coverage during the campaign reflects the tangible progress made under President Tinubu's leadership. In his meeting with lawmakers, Tinubu pledged to work harder and make bold steps for national progress. Away from Nigeria, Ivory Coast President Alassane Ouattara has said French forces will withdraw from the West African nations, continuing the former colonial power's military exit from the region. Speaking in an end-of-year address to the nation, Ouattara said Ivorians should be proud of the modernized state of their own armed forces. France has been considering reducing its military presence in West Africa, in West and Central African countries, including Ivory Coast, to 600 troops from about 2,200. France, whose colonial rule in West Africa ended in the 1960s, has already pulled its soldiers out of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger after military coups in those countries and spreading anti-French sentiment. The government of Chad, a key Western ally in the fight against Islamic militants in the region, abruptly ended its defense cooperation pact with France in November. Amid a new wave of post-election protest in Mozambique, outgoing President Filipe Nyusi has ruled out any foreign mediation and emphasized dialogue. Violence broke out when election results were ratified on the 23rd December, with Plataforma Election Decide, an NGO that monitors elections in the country, said at least 175 people have been killed in the last week alone. At a reception for leaders of the political parties represented in Parliament, as well as the extra parliamentary New Democracy (ND) party, Nyusi framed his decision as a relief in Mozambique's ability to solve its own problems. According to Nyusi, the solutions for Mozambique can only be found by Mozambicans advocating for dialogue as a solution. His previous attempt, a meeting between all the presidential candidates, largely failed. The Islamic State IS group has claimed a responsibility for an attack on a military base in Somalia's northeastern region of Puntland. It says the attack was conducted by 12 militants and two boardby trapped vehicles, adding it killed about 22 military personnel from the Puntland forces and injured dozens of others. Although Somali authorities could not immediately be reached for comment, Captain Yusuf Mohammed, an officer in Puntland's counter-terrorism forces, said 9 suicide bombers had been killed and several soldiers had been injured near the town of Baraja in the Babi region. Security analysts say in Somalia has grown in strength because of an influx of foreign fighters and improved revenue through the extortion of local business, becoming the group's nerve center in Africa. And in South Africa, Premier of South Africa, Mpumalanga region, Mandla Ndlovu, says he will engage with the MEC for Health to address the issue of dispensary operations in some of the hospitals and clinics in the province. Ndlovu made an unannounced visit to hospitals in the Bushi local municipality, stating that he was satisfied about the state of the two hospitals. The Premier assured that the dispensaries in some of the provision health facilities, which he said were not fully operational on weekends and holidays, will be reviewed. He promised to always conduct similar unannounced visits to various public facilities across the province, as this will help the government to improve service deliveries across regions. Global Box is reaching you live from Adamimogo 107.7 FM. Ido-Ekiti. Still to come, FBI conduct manhunt for co-conspirators as 15 killed in New Orleans truck attack. This new
Hello, good people of Ekiti State and its environment. For your private, political, family, or club meetings, and so on, of not more than 50 to 100 participants, we introduce to you Adamimogo Event Hall. Yes! Right at Oladoyin Palace, Adamimogo 107.7 FM's compound, Ido Ekiti. Ample parking space, good security, clean environment. You also have the opportunity to book for a media publicity of your event on our fast-growing social media platforms. All these for a talk. Simply visit us at Oladoyin Palace, Ido Ekiti, or call the following numbers for more inquiries: 0803 526 5812 or 0916 340 0878 or 0806 511 4430. You can also call 0806 380 8891. Adamimogo Event Hall. We are waiting for your patronage.
Welcome back and thanks for joining us again. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook via Adamimogo 107.7 FM Ido Ekiti. For happenings around your news inquiries, please contact our newsroom on 0811-801-8242. Now to the rest of the news. At least 15 people have been killed and dozens more injured after a man smashed a pickup truck into a crowd of New Year's revelers in the New Orleans in the United States. The attack, which occurred yesterday near a busy pedestrian, was carried out by Shamshuddin Jabbar, a 42-year-old U.S. citizen from Texas State and a U.S. military veteran. The New Orleans police superintendent told newsmen that the suspect driven a white Ford F-150 electric pickup into a group of pedestrians, then exited and was killed in a shootout with police.
Event started at about 3:15. It did involve a man driving a pickup truck down Bourbon Street at a very fast pace, and it was very intentional behavior. This man was trying to run over as many people as he possibly could. It was not a DUI situation. This is a more complex and more serious based on the information we have right now. His vehicle, when he crashed his vehicle, because of the intentional mindset of this perpetrator who went around our barricade in order to conduct this, he was hell-bent on creating the carnage and the damage that he did.
The FBI said it is conducting search warrants in New Orleans and other states as it does not believe Jabbar was solely responsible.
Texas. He was driving a Ford pickup truck, which appears to be rented, and we are working to confirm how the subject came in possession of this vehicle. An ISIS flag was located on the trailer hitch of the vehicle, and the FBI is working to determine the subject's potential associations and affiliations with terrorist organizations. Weapons and potential improvised explosive devices, IEDs, were located in the subject's vehicle. Other potential IEDs were also located in the French Quarter. As of now, 2 IEDs have been found and rendered safe.
Meanwhile, President Joe Biden previously condemned the attack, calling it despicable and labeling it as a terror attack. Montenegro has declared 3 days of national mourning following a shooting in Santinj that left at least 12 people dead, including 2 children. Prime Minister Milokos Spajic said the gunman, identified as 45-year-old Ako Martinovic, began his rampage after a bar brawl, killing the bar owner and the bar owner's children and his own family members. Although a fleeing Martinovic was later located by police, he fatally shot himself and succumbed to his injuries. The Prime Minister added that at least 4 others were wounded in the attack.
This is a horrific tragedy in Cetinje. It shocked us all. Currently, all of our police forces, including special police, are dispatched to the area. Unfortunately, we also have injured people. They are here behind me inside the clinical center. Doctors are fighting to save their lives. They are all in the surgery rooms, and we hope that they will pull through. We hope the doctors will save their lives. That's happening at the moment.
According to Interior Minister Danilo Saranovic, special police units are patrolling the capital Podgorica and investigating the motive behind the rampage. In South Korea, the country's impeached president Yoon Suk-yeol has resisted arrest for a third day, with his security team blocking attempted police raids as he continues to reside in the presidential palace. The standoff follows his failed martial law declaration on December 3rd, which led to his impeachment and potential charges carrying penalties up to death. Yoon, who said he watched the standoff via YouTube, remains defiant and vowed to fight authorities seeking to question him. While Yoon's legal team has filed for an injunction calling the arrest order unlawful, the head of corruption investigation office has warned anyone interfering with Yoon's arrest could face prosecution. And finally, on sport, Novak Djokovic has announced plans to rejig his schedule as a bid to do whatever it takes to beat his young rivals. The world number 7 is currently playing in Brisbane and has already signed up for some extra tournament in the coming month. Djokovic is hoping to end his Grand Slam winning drought after going without a major title in 2024. The Serb Limited as scheduled last year and ended the season in October, but is already planning to compete more often to keep up with his young rivals and stay in connection for the biggest titles. And with that sports story, we end this edition of Global Box on Adamimogo 107.7 FM, Oladoyin Palace, Ido-Ekiti. Before we go, the highlight again. We told you that in Nigeria, President Bola Tinubu has restated his administration's commitment to Nigeria's transformation during New Year's visits by the National Assembly leadership and the Nigerian Governors Forum (NGF) at his Lagos residence. We also brought it to you that amid a new wave of post-election protest in Mozambique, outgoing President Filipe Nsuyi has ruled out any foreign mediation and emphasized dialogue. Finally, it was brought to you that at least 15 people have been killed and dozens more injured after a man smashed a pickup truck into a crowd of New Year's revelers in the Orleans in the United States. And that's Global Box this afternoon on Adamimogo 107.7 FM, Oladoyin Palace, Ido-Ekiti. On behalf of the production crew, my name is Oladoyin Ayegbusi. Many thanks for listening. Good afternoon.